Let's open up the forbidden folder, Ben and Belle.
And what a way to start said week, Liam, with the forbidden folder.
Yeah, it's where we keep all the taboo topics. This one came to me because I passed a hoarder house over the weekend, and I was like, man, that would suck. Like, not only does that bring the value of that place down, but if you were next to a hoarder house, like you owned a house next to a hoarder house, no one wants to live there, right?
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, what's going on there? Like, it would literally, even if you're on the best street, it would bring the value down. But imagine if there was a murder house on your street, because people would know about it. It's, oh, yeah, someone got murdered in there.
Yeah.
Like, surely, like, on that whole street, it's just like, oh, yeah, that's the murder.
Yeah,
you know.
I think legally they have to tell you. Real
I
estate
think you
agents as
do.
well have to say, oh, by the way, someone was murdered here.
I think there's a real small loophole, though, where it's like, if they ask, they have to tell you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
So if you walk into, like, for a rental inspection, you're like, yeah, nice. Yeah, the bathroom's way bigger than I thought. What's that big red mark on the carpet? They go, oh, double homicide. So that's why it is a little bit cheaper. And you go, no worries, we'll take it. We're in a crisis. 13, 24, 10. Have you lived in a murder house? We're assuming that you would know. Maybe it was, 20 years ago. Maybe it was more recent. If you've lived in a murder house, you can remain anonymous, but we'd love to talk to you.
We have got great prizes to give away. 13, 24, 10. Rani in Brisbane joins us now. Have you lived in a murder house?
Yes, I have. Back when I lived in Sydney.
Tell us about it.
So it was a rental. It was my partner and our two kids, and a couple of weird things, creepy little things would happen in the home, and we always questioned about it. And then randomly one day we're at the bus stop across the road from my house, and a neighbour comes out and he's like, "Oh, you live in such and such's old house." I'm like, "Oh, we don't know the previous people, but yeah, we live there." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, he stabbed his wife to death in the home."
Oh, no.
And we looked at each other, and it was like, we never want to. I think we stayed there for like 2 more months because the house was creepy. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you can't. Where something that horrible's happened, you just don't want to. And so, Ronnie, they didn't tell you that when you got the rental?
Well, no, we didn't ask, and no one told us.
That's what I'm talking about. There's that loophole where they don't have to say it when you walk in, but if you ask, I think they have to disclose, yes, it happened.
Wow. And that's the thing. A lot of these would slip through the cracks. There's famous houses that are known for it, but something like that, unfortunately, would just slip through.
Kevin in Sydney, you've lived in a murder house. Tell us about it.
I've lived in a deceased estate. It's murder adjacent.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So, someone died in it, but there was no murder.
Yeah, it was a furnished apartment, and everything was, decent. But then there was one room which was brand new paint, brand new cupboards, brand new carpet, brand new bed, brand new mattress, everything. And we thought, this is really nice. Why is this room so new? And they said, oh, the person died and they liquefied.
Like in the film Seven.
So that's because they're there for so long that no one found them.
Yeah.
How long?
It depends how hot. And
Jeez.
there's, if it's summer, it's sort of.
Jeez, Kevin.
I mean, was there someone living underneath?
Don't do us like that, Kevin.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting liquefied at 16 past 6. On
Thank you,
Monday.
Kevin. Jason in Sydney, you've also lived in a murder house.
Yeah, so long story short, I purchased a property and did a lot of research beforehand and like what I've seen, and I'm talking a lot of research. After I purchased, I lived in the house, did a lot more research, and finally came across my address that someone had been murdered in it. Unfortunately, after the 30-day settlement was up, so I couldn't take it back. I lived in it for another 2 months, and I had to move out and lease it. I couldn't
you just can't
stay
do
in
it.
that property.
Just because, Jason, just because of the thought of it, or were you getting signs and was it a little bit haunted?
I felt there was a couple of signs going, so there was a next door had a piano, and they were always out at work, and randomly it would start playing, and nobody was home. That was one sign that was freaking me out. Another was I bought a brand new one of those cuckoo clocks. I had to get rid of it because it was doing like the hourly cuckoo thing
Yeah.
at like past.
Oh, no! Get out of there, Jason!
I think that's a setting you can have on those clocks.
Yeah, and to be fair,
Run and don't look back.
No.
yeah, and they are the creepiest clocks to get, though. To be
That
fair,
and a piano.
like
Oh,
if you
hell
don't
yeah.
want to be wigged out, don't buy a grandfather or a cuckoo clock. To be honest,
Jason, thank you so much for sharing, mate. We do appreciate it. We're going to give you a $100 baguette, all thanks to Soul Origins, New Delhi range.
Oh, legend. Thank you, guys.
no, just to
worries.
clarify, the baguettes at Soul Origin do not cost $100.
You get a $100 voucher.
That you could spend on perhaps the new baguette range they have there, which is delicious. But they wouldn't be ripping the nation for $100 for a...
No.
Yeah.
You'll get many baguettes for $100,
A lot,
Jason.
a lot.
And we have got more of those vouchers to give away. 13, 24, 10. We're in the middle of the forbidden folder. Have you lived in a murder house?
Mandy in Brisbane, you lived in a murder house.
I am currently living in one. I purchased one and got $12,000 off the house for it.
Okay, so 12,000 off. I mean, it's a nice discount when we're talking homes, though. I mean, it's not a crazy discount depending on the murder, I suppose.
Mandy, Ben was saying that there's a loophole where you have to ask if somebody died in it. Is that what you did, or did they tell you straight up?
No, they had to tell me. They had to disclose it straight up when I went to look at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it was a little child, but I feel like I'm, his little guardian, and I call him John John. And, I'm quite comfortable in the house. I've even,
Yeah.
had a bath where possibly things happened. And
Oh,
You know?
Mandy.
God.
yeah,
Mandy,
I know.
Well, look,
But-
Mandy, as long as you're happy in that house, making the best of an extremely horrible situation.
I don't think I take the 12K off the house. That's just me.
I totally
I don't
agree.
know if I can look past it.
I totally agree. Mandy, thank you very much. Lynette joins us in Melbourne. Have you lived in a murder house?
Yes, I have.
Tell us about it.
Well, we moved into this really old house in Box Hill, and we got it pretty cheap as well, just to rent. And then we started feeling all these creepy things around the house, and we're like, my friends and I were like, maybe we should play with the Ouija board. Just call whoever's in here. So one night we all got together. I locked my room so Mum wouldn't come in, and we played the Ouija board. And we all put our hands, with the little moving thing is, and we asked if anybody was there, and it spelled murder.
Oh.
So we all let go of it, and we freaked out because it actually moved and it spelled murder. And I said, because we asked how he got there or he got there. And then we all let go of it. So I quickly hid it under my bed. And that night I was so nervous. And then after that I woke up and my whole bed was shaking.
And
I
Lynette,
freaked out.
sorry to jump in here, did you ever find out if there was a murder, or was it just the Ouija board said murder?
No, we did. After, my mom brought in a priest and he did all these blessings and stuff, and all these creepy things started happening when the priest was there. And then after that, we had enough because there was so
Right.
much going on in the house.
But you
that
never, did you ever Google it?
No, we
Yeah.
didn't. The neighbor, a few houses from us,
Yeah.
when the day that we were moving out, he's
Yeah.
like, oh, thank God you're moving out. And my mum is like, why? It's because somebody got murdered there.
Oh, well, I think that's what we were looking for
There's
there,
the
Lynette, because there was the Ouija and then the priest and the shaking bed. And we were sort of just looking for some hard confirmation, just some But yes, the neighbour saying, oh, yes, the murder house. Yeah, 3 people were killed there, 2 years ago. Yeah, no, I've got the newspaper right here. It happened. Have you ever heard of smell-o-vision, Ben and Belle?
No, I think they do smell-o-vision in Futurama, the TV show.
Yeah, well, no, it's a thing. They're doing it for the Sydney Film Festival. So as you're watching movies, the sense of the scene will be wafting through the cinema. So people are like, wow, this is cool. It's the 5 senses. You've obviously got the visuals there, and now we're getting the smell. I, for one, not a big fan. Not a big fan of the smell-o-vision. I like watching movies. I can't say I want to smell all of my movies. And I've been hearing a lot of ads for the smell-o-vision lately, and I don't know, it just doesn't seem great.
You've heard of 3D movies, even 4D movies. Well, what about smell-o-vision? Now you can smell all your favourite films, like Shawshank Redemption. I just love the scene when Andy Dufresne claws his way to freedom.
Andy crawled to freedom through 500 yards of shit-smelling foulness I can't even imagine.
Oh, man, I love smell-o-vision. More of a comedy fan? Sit back and laugh along to a true classic, Bridesmaids. Oh, wow. When that Melissa McCarthy gets food poisoning from the dodgy Brazilian barbecue place and has to go in the sink at the bridal shop, hilarious.
Look away!
What's she doing? Oh, no.
Things are goner! What are you doing? It's coming out of me like lava!
Oh, smell-o-vision's awesome. Perhaps you prefer a heartwarming drama. Well, Slumdog Millionaire has just been fast-tracked to Smell-o-vision. You can enjoy that scene where young Jamal dove into 10 tons of slushy human excrement so he could meet his favourite Bollywood actor, Amitabh Bachchan. How heartwarming. That's so cute. I can't believe you'd actually do that. Oh, my God. Book your Smell-o-vision tickets today to smell your favourite movies. There are still sessions available next week for Human Centipede.
13 24 10. What's the weapon under your bed? Because nobody wants to use it, but we all have got a weapon under your bed. Now, the reason we bring it up tonight is because yesterday on the show, we were speaking with listener of the show, Wallace, and he was telling us about what his dad did.
I used to get bullied a lot. And so one day I told my dad, he used to keep a baseball bat under his bed. He gave me the baseball bat and said, next time the bullies mess with you, use this.
So Wallace's dad has the classic baseball bat. So if you got baseball bat, don't call up. But any other weapons under the bed, we want to hear about it. 13 24 10.
Ben and Belle, I've got an 18-inch aluminium fish bat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you reel in a big snapper and you just kill it quick with the fish bat, but it would also work as protection. It's lightweight.
Yep.
Okay. I can't even picture you using that, but you
But
know.
good for like a hallway melee, like a close combat fight.
It's and if I can get him in close, I can. Yeah.
Growing up, my mum had a pitchfork, like an old school mob pitchfork.
Yeah, good for chasing ogres out of the town and that sort of thing.
She always said good for long range. 'Cause it had quite a long
right,
handle.
yeah, I want to get him in close. Mum wants to keep him away. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Stephanie in Sydney, please tell us, what's the weapon under your bed?
So on my side of the bed, I've got a crowbar, standard. And on my
standard? Is that standard having a crowbar under your bed?
Look, it gets crazier. On my partner's side, he actually keeps his samurai sword.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah, that's sort of one of the weapons where he wants someone to break in. You know what I mean? Like he's been watching a lot of YouTube tutorials and he's just waiting for someone to come in.
13 24 10 is that number again?
Sammy in Melbourne, what do you got?
I got my ice pick, my mountaineering ice pick.
Dude, that's gnarly.
A mountaineering one. So it's one of those ones with a handle and the big fork on the big spiky bit on the end. Gnarly.
That is incredible. Sammy, did you go out and buy it just for that, or do you use that normally?
No, I use it. I do mountaineering,
Yeah,
but
right.
I keep it there, and it's a weapon.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No doubt. Mel and Brizzy, what have you got under your bed?
Well, mine's in my sock drawer, and it's a kitchen fork. It's just in the sock drawer.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's cute. It'll do damage though.
Will it? What do you plan to do
I
with
don't
that?
know. Well, I can't keep a knife in the sock drawer because I'm using it. I don't want to stab myself accidentally, and I don't get anything under the bed. So
Yeah.
a fork is like the closest thing where I'm not going to damage myself, but I could damage someone else.
Well, look, Mel, if a salad breaks into your house, you'll be safe.
Yeah, it's the thing. I think a lot of people also these weapons, like an ice pick, it's more of an intimidation thing. It's like, get out of here. But if you're like, hey, like treating someone like an hors d'oeuvre, like they're not really going to be scared of that. Catherine in Melbourne, what weapon do you have under your bed?
Yeah, hi guys. I have a pig sticker.
A pig sticker?
Yes.
What's
that's
that?
What it was called. It's it's got a wooden handle and it's like a screwdriver but sharp.
Doesn't sound good. Yeah, it doesn't sound like something I want in me, that's for sure.
I don't really want to know what that was actually like.
Well,
It's not
I assume for
pigs.
sticking pigs.
No, I think maybe it's something you'd use. Would you use it for a barbecue, or am I wrong there, Catherine?
No, we used to have them in the office for administration to put a hole through the paper.
Because Belle, I think your brain's animal cruelty, but I think it's more like it's a nickname for a thing, a pig sticker.
Better be.
Yeah, I don't know. Catherine, thank you very much for sharing. We are getting great calls for this, as we always do. Dory in Barizzi, what's the weapon under your bed?
So I'm in the hood. I'm a single mother of three. On one side of my bed, I have a massive metal pole.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side of my bed, I have a block of concrete. And then behind my door, I've got a golf club and a little small knife.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, yeah, it must be a rough area.
I don't agree with the block of concrete because I feel like that's going to be slow and cumbersome to use.
Unless you've been training with like a melee attack, so it's it's concrete pipe, and then the knife is a warning, and it's you've got it sort of all panned out there. Ben in Melbourne, you've got a weapon under your bed.
Yeah, I've got my daughter's piñata stick from her fourth birthday party.
Oh yes, is it just kind of like almost like a broomstick pole, but just like cut in half? Is it that kind of vibe?
Yeah, so it's a long broomstick covered in unicorn wrapping. It does the job.
Yeah. It'd be shameful getting beaten with that as well, or with the unicorn print on it. Kerry, what about you? A weapon under your bed?
Yeah, I have the metal rod from my old club lock from my steering wheel.
Oh, they're heavy as well, aren't they?
Yeah, it's pretty damn heavy. It broke years back, and the rod fell out. So I was like, oh, this would be handy to keep under my bed.
Yeah, it sort of feels like a prison style type one. Where you sort of fashioned that. You know what I mean? Like you could go out and get a cricket bat or a baseball bat or something like that.
The thing I love about this topic, weapon under your bed, is we're getting so many phone calls, 13, 24, 10, and Liam, you touched on it. It's something that you don't talk about with people, but then when you ask someone, of course everyone's got a weapon under their bed. And everyone is jumping at the chance to share theirs. 13, 24, 10. We're asking you the question, what's the weapon you keep under your bed?
Felicity in Sydney, what do you got?
I've got one of those chicken rotisserie things that you put in the barbecue. The one with like the 3 stabby things.
Yeah, that's brutal. Treating someone like a hot chook. I mean, I suppose they've come into your home. They're not supposed to be there. That's what you get. Lee in Brisbane, what do you have?
I've got a Maasai Warriors club that I bought in the Maasai years ago.
Sounds dangerous, my friend.
Can you just kind of describe it? What does it look like?
It looks like an axe, but it's got a serrated edge on it, but beautifully balanced. And I reckon I could chuck it if I had to. I've walked around the house with it a few times over the years, but
just practicing intruders.
Just on night patrol.
Did you get it from overseas?
Yeah, from the middle of Africa, in the Maasai there.
How'd you get that through customs?
Oh, years ago, you used to be able to send them back in the post. So.
Could have made a bit of money off that. Jess in Melbourne, tell us, what's the weapon under your bed?
Well, it's not essentially under my bed. It's more between my bed head and my mattress, but it's one of those old marble rolling pins.
Oh, yeah, that'd be heavy.
Marble rolling pin?
It is. It was my grandmother's.
Was it her weapon that she kept under her bed?
No, it was the one that, you got threatened with when you were younger.
Yes. So you've embraced the fear there, and now you're using it on others. Good.
Nana would be proud.
God, I love this. Donald Trump's latest business venture. He's released his own trading cards.
By popular demand, I'm doing a new series of Trump trading cards. It's really something. These cards show me dancing and even me holding some bitcoins. They call me the crypto president. I don't know if that's true or not, but a lot of people are saying that, so don't miss out.
What? That's legit. That's real. I like how he says bitcoins.
A lot of people are saying that.
A lot of people are calling me the crypto president. Are they? What? I don't know. I've never heard that. But obviously he's trying to win over younger voters. They're in an election at the moment. And he is going all out with this tactic.
After the raging success of my collectible cards, I'm now releasing a new line of toys.
Trump yo-yos. They go down, but they come back up again, just like me. Trump Beyblades. Let 'em rip. You know who doesn't have a custom Beyblade? Kamala. Quite frankly, she doesn't have much of a campaign either. Custom Donald Trump Monopoly with extra get-out-of-jail-free cards. Little Donald Trump beanie babies. Oh, so cute. Trump Lego, so you can build your own wall. The Trump Tamagotchi. I like that one. The Donald Trump Vortex Mega Howler. Hear it whistle through the air like a ballistic warhead, much better than the little rocket man from North Korea's weaponry. And the all-new Trump Nerf gun. Ouch, my ear. All the toys are American-made, made right here in this country. None of them are made in China. China, China, China. They're good toys, great, even the best, maybe. I don't know, people are saying. Get yours in store today.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.